mga pananaw at opinyon ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Editorial. Today is Wednesday, February 9, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadio and on the HNI Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. And also together with me for this day is our technical team, Sir Mark Betita. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment, and we will be back after our commercials. Now this.
Para sa aking pamilya, para sa aking kapwa, at para sa bayan. Kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, mahal ko kayong lahat. Kahit anong mangyari, ikaw, ako, tayo. Ating isisigaw sa mundo. Angat buhay itatahak. Matapang pa rin tayo. Ang tropa, hindi nang iiwan. Ang senyas, isang instrumento. Ilang beses matumba, tayo huling bababa. Luman ang ating pinagaling. Ay muling luluwa. Para sa pangarap, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan. Tayo ang ida. Tuloy ang inclusion.
Okay, welcome back to our editorial episode for this day. This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss to you about how to get others to notice you change. Sir Mark, next slide please. Okay, so what is this topic all about? How to get others to notice you change. Well, first of all, one of the most frustrating habits of longtime friends is how they see you as you were. Managers and team managers do the same thing, neglecting to notice you change. Not only is this oversight frustrating, it can hinder instead of support your growth. So, touch with you. Let's say your family, your friends, your your colleagues, or your clients. We need to change ourselves. They will automatically come to know that you change. Next slide, please. So, what is the essence of our topic for this day? Well, first of all, there is a tendency for people to create and then cast in stone a picture of who you are, what you like and don't like, and what you will say and do in various situations. They didn't notice When your behavior their static assumptions constrain your interactions and limit your opportunities. So, in other words, there is a tendency for you to change. That's why change is very important because they believe change to their routines. And this will also be accepting your reality as well. When things change, it involves leaving behind something that you used to before. Next slide, please. Assumptions are normal, ladies and gentlemen. We all make assumptions. We have to size up our situations quickly to determine if there is a threat. Also, there is so much going on in our lives that the idea of taking time to determine if someone has changed in the past week or two seems silly. It is easier to act on memories than to listen with curiosity to someone familiar. So, what does this mean? In other words, in layman's term, ladies and gentlemen, assumptions are that's why we need to take time to determine ourselves, regardless of who you are and the way we were. If someone changed, and also have the right to use our minds through the use of our common sense, and also to say that assumptions are not, our assumptions are done as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so because behavior is normal, doesn't and to appreciate the people we know. When active, we change all the time as we learn, grow, and gain new insights with our age. We strengthen our relationships by letting people grow up. So, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good because not all everything is good. That's why ethics is important. You should know the difference and what is bad. Next slide, please. Okay, Sir Mark, next slide, please. Sir Mark, next slide, please. Okay, in getting people to notice the new you, notice the changes you work hard to make. Based on articles and researches over the internet about telling how to make questions about their own assumptions, but nothing that teaches how to get people to question the assumptions they are making about you. The 5 suggestions can be done is done in order for you to get and see the new picture and the new you. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. You can all use 5 in one conversation or separately. They will feel awkward, but the behaviors will become habits if you practice them over time. So, what are the 5 habits? Next slide, please, Sir Mark. Model the behavior you want. If you want people to notice how you have changed, you need to as well. Be clear with your request. If someone does not notice that you have changed your preferences or behavior, you can ask them to notice without making them wrong. Tell the story about what prompted the change. Tell people what inspired you to change your behavior. Stories make a stronger impression than just telling people what they don't see. Your reason for changing will more likely to change their mind than the fact that you have changed. Next slide, please. Get them to talk about their own changes. Admit that you may not see the changes of other people. The other people are working to make, ladies and gentlemen. Ask them that they're working on so you can notice and support their efforts as well. In order to ask for help in your continuous growth, share your goals and ask for support might feel uncomfortable. It's a good way to direct the attention to who you are today instead of what you did yesterday. Next slide, please. So, in layman's terms, ladies and gentlemen, admit and surrender to the words, I don't know. When you try to pretend to have it all figured out, saying things like it's fine because I didn't want that job anyway and I have a plan, you create a contraction where there is an opportunity for expansion. Avoid asking everyone you know for their help and opinions. If you're a soft little Bambi, the last thing you need is opinions from your friends. Keep it between you and your higher ups. Next slide, please. Sir Mark, when you stay moving, when things in our life die or change, it's easy to stop everything and freeze, especially as if now, since 2020 on March, this pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, has brought everyday lives on a freeze or to a halt, ladies and gentlemen, because of the imposition of lockdowns throughout the world. That's an example of to stop everything and freeze. Take some time to mourn, but then keep moving. Even if you don't know what's next, be it in love or work or health, stay curious and explore. Play. It's easy to want to just hide under the covers. So, do a little bit, volunteer yourself and to others. Take a hike or sign up for a new experience. So, in other words, in any events of misfortune like let's say example of this is especially during first events of misfortune can upend all the normal routines in our lives. So example first is 9/11. During 9/11, everyday life in the world in the US came to a standstill. Especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, as I said earlier, everyday lives came to a halt or a standstill as we adjust ourselves to the new normal in our lives. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. Externalize the change. So this one is so helpful, like making your own personal metamorphosis by translating it to your surroundings. Example that you need to external the change, like be flexible and to adjust yourselves. Be considerate to others, as well as to other people around you, your loved ones, your friends, your family, and the list goes on. Me example of this is you can get a haircut and a new outfit and start to feng shui your room. And also lean on your practice. Practice, practice, and practice. Practice makes perfect. You may find that your old practices don't fit anymore as you've changed. And that is really okay. Try to lean on them to get you through, but once they start feeling clunky, adapt. Try finding a new one, ladies and gentlemen, so that you have the right to practice adjusting to your new life as well, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why we need ways on how to change ourselves. Maaari natin tayo mabago ang sarili natin, ladies and gentlemen. So, how can we change our lives? paano natin mabago ang sarili natin dito sa HNI Inclusion? First, one of our the most important learning lessons that to appeal to all the members of this organization to observe proper decorum so that we don't have any problems in the future. Let us continue to have a good example. We must learn also how to show good attitude. Be professional as well, or to show professionalism as well. Your cooperation and your undivided attention is highly appreciated. We also have the right to be considerate, to understand each other, and to be self-controlled. And also to continue to act as a centrist or a neutral person. Also to act as a poor, not an elitist. Do not be complacent. Huwag tayo maging kampante. Huwag patigas ng ulo. Huwag maging asan elitista. Maging maunawain, maawain, at magalang. And the reason why we are doing these things is because we want a peaceful, successful, competitive, decent, and organized group and a systematic organization in a long-term situation. So ito ay ginagawa para magiging mapayapa, matagumpay, desente, at maayos tayo ng matagal para so that we can be at par with other PWD organizations in our country that are organized and systematic as well. Next slide, please. Sir Mark. Okay, always find a way to celebrate that you have chosen a life of consistent conscious expansion. It takes some time to get here. You've chosen to keep pushing on how big a love that you can feel, how high you can go, and how far your wings can be spread. Change is part of our life. Ang pagbabago ay bahagi natin, ang ating buhay. So dito sa atin, dito sa HNI Inclusion, meron kami sapat na panahon at sapat na araw at sapat na panahon para mabago ang sarili natin. Pero may sadyang mga pasaway, mga nangangampante, sa mga matitigas ng ulo at ng mga makukulit. Anya, dapat mabago ang sarili natin. Maging mabuting halimbawa tayo. Okay, so we're done with our presentation for this day. Let us have our Pulso 2022, our updates related to the May 9, 2022 national and local elections. So I picked this article. According to the Philippine National Police, the first day of campaign generally peaceful, but there are some violations with social distancing. So the first day of the campaign period yesterday went generally peaceful. There were 3 reported incidents of violence in Mindanao, but they are unrelated to the elections. According to Jean Fajardo, the spokesperson of PNP, she said, so far, base po sa mga nagre-receive nating report, generally peaceful naman yung unang araw ng campaign period ng ating mga pambansang kandidato. Sabi niya ni Anya, sabi niya na naobserban na ang social distancing protocol dahil sa banta ng coronavirus pandemic na ay nalabag sa ilang campaign rallies. Minimum public health standards in campaign rallies is a challenge for PNP. The spokesperson of PNP said that PNP will exercise maximum tolerance in enforcing election guidelines and the COVID-19 health standards in campaign rallies to avoid tension during such activities. Yesterday, the 90-day official campaign period for candidates running for the national position started yesterday. as we begin the start of an election year this year. PNE will focus on enforcing the election guidelines set by the Commission on Elections, while barangay officials will focus on ensuring on the compliance of the minimum public health standards as we adjust ourselves to the new normal until everyone is fully vaccinated with the virus, against the virus. And also, another election update. Okay. The COVID withdrawal rules on campaign for the 2022 national and local elections. So, COMELEC issued resolution number 10732, which outlined the new normal in campaigning. And the purpose of this was that the campaign period starts on February 8 and ends on March 7 for candidates for president, vice president, and party senators and party lists. March 25 to May 7 for candidates of House of Representatives and the elected provincial, city, and municipal officials. And the campaign ban is done on Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday, or Holy Week 2022, and the day before and the day of the election. So vote wisely this May 9, 2022. Now, the next part of our show for this day is Sino Ka? Know your candidates in the 2022 national elections. Next slide, please. So our featured candidate, Ray Langit, is running for senator this year. And he is a journalist of Tempo, Balita, Filipino Mirror, and People's Tonight. He is the he's the host of and formerly on DWIZ. He's completed his BS Commerce graduate at Far Eastern University in Manila. So please check Ray Langit on your ballots this May 9, 2022. Vote wisely, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. Now is the time for this day, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. So, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have some products for sale at our Hands in Inclusion Philippines online shop. So the products that we are selling are the following: our One Inclusion Nation t-shirts and our tote bags, and our limited edition Talano Gold colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts. For the Talano Gold colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts, limited stocks only. Sizes are ranged between small to large and XL. Prices are ranged between 325 to 350 pesos. And for our regular One Inclusion Nation t-shirts, red, black, blue, white, and yellow. All sizes worth 275 pesos. For the One Inclusion Nation tote bags, it's available in white and black. Sizes are ranged between medium to large, and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So how can you order? Well, first of all, very first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. So we will the payment method that we'll be using is GCash, and we will deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. The Housing Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5 but it will continue to serve in areas under alert level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Its operating hours are from 11:15, 12 midnight to 11:59 in the night. Please visit the Hudson Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansin.inclusion@gmail.com. Next slide, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, we at Hands in Inclusion Philippines needs your help. We have already been struggling with our financial problems in our organization, ladies and gentlemen. So regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. It will be appreciated for you guys to donate to Hands in Inclusion Philippines as well. How can you do this? Scan and donate using GCash on this QR code that is flashed on your screen right now. And you will see this in one of our digital platforms of Hands in Inclusion Philippines as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, please, and please continue to support Hands in Inclusion Philippines. Help Hands in Inclusion Philippines with its fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization and let's have the time to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, better, and a bolder Hands in Inclusion Philippines. Aside from GCash, we're accepting donations from Union Bank as well. So the proceeds from the sales and the purchases in the online shop and for donations will go to us here in Hands in Inclusion for the formality, for the expenses, and also for the financial aid of the members due to the effects of this trying time as well. So guys, for those who did this, you'll be glad you did. And for those who did this, thank you for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So, we have some remaining events coming up for the month of February in Best Buddies Philippines. So, the next event is on February 12, 2022 at 4 p.m. on our Best Buddies Philippines Saturday series of learning. So, we'll be celebrating Valentine's Day with Best Buddies Philippines Citizens Group Chapter. And then we'll also have Wellness Wednesday with Coach Pepper on February 16 at 3 p.m. We'll be having rock painting on February 19 and the ice cream social on February 26. So if you want to join these events for the month of February, follow Best Ways Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration form and the link as well. So it will also be broadcast on the Best Buddies Philippines Facebook page. In Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. And also, Sir Mark said, if you have any problems with your computer, please so that he will be happy to help you with your computer problems as well. Message Sir Mark Betita on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. So we urge everyone to continue supporting for Project Sold Out. So If you want to check this out, please check Special Achievers Facebook page as well. And we'd like to thank Hiraya Gallery, to all the sponsored organizations involved, especially to Hansen Inclusion Philippines, and to our other organizations as well. Next slide, please. So if you're feeling hungry, ladies and gentlemen, dinner, merienda, or any occasion, the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and the Kuya Korea Restaurant. For the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, for all-day breakfast, we have tapa sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos, and sizes are ranged between solo to large. Next slide, please. Please. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. Okay. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly burnt ends, charred chicken, and boneless fried chicken. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,700. Sir Mark, so if you hear the sandwich, here are the sandwiches: the fried chicken sandwich, pulled pro sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken between solo, regular, large, and box of fours. And prices are ranged between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. Next slide, please. And for our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. Prices are ranged between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos, and sizes are ranged between solo to large. Next slide, please. So if you want to order there from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website, select the dishes you want to order, choose between pick up or delivery, pay conveniently to any of the same integrated payment methods, and your order is confirmed. Expect updates via text or email. Next slide, please. If you want to crave for something Korean, you want to order something Korea restaurant. So our menu for Kuya Korea restaurant for the rice bowls, beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. Prices are ranged between 195 to 220 pesos. For the chicken, boneless popcorn chicken, sizes are ranged between half to whole, and prices are ranged between 235 to 435 pesos, with the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and K buffalo. If you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea web. Next slide, please. Lastly, follow Hansen Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It will be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Hansen Inclusion PH, InkluRadyo, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Hansen Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, and subscribe to our Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well. Next slide, please. Now is the time for our shout outs and greetings. To Lady Jane Florese, good evening to you. Thank you for watching. To those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday and expect the more birthdays to come. Especially to Bianca, Blair, Ramos, and Miggy Garcia of Benilde and Elevate Taft, respectively. And also, I would like to say good evening and shout outs to my family, to Hansen Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benilde, and other PWD organizations. Thank you very much as well Also to my high school and college friends as well. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood. But if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health. And to those who are watching us on InkluRadyo, thank you very much as well. And if you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the HNI Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So, before we end our show for this day, let us have our quote for the day from Barack Obama, former President of the United States of America. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. So that's why we need change. Change is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. Okay, that's a wrap for our editorial episode for this day, Wednesday, February 9, 2022. I'll be back again tomorrow at the same time at 5:30 in the afternoon for the inclusive report. On behalf of InkluRadyo and Hansen Inclusion Philippines, I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and together with me for technicals is Sir Mark Letita. May awa ang Diyos, makakaraos po tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan. Hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Magandang gabi, good evening to all, and may the Almighty God bless us all. Magpalain nawa tayo ng Diyos ng buong may kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching. Have a blessed evening to all, and bye for now. Bye-bye.